Hello everyone. Let's start learning about networking protocols. We will be starting with the UDP. UDP is a user datagram protocol. Try to understand the characteristics of UDP. First one, it is a connectionless protocol. It means there is no direct connection between sender and receiver. They can transmit or exchange data via network and via many paths available throughout the network, but there is no direct connection between sender and receiver. Second one, UDP supports broadcasting only as there is no direct connection. If sender wants to transmit a packet of data to the receiver, the packet will be broadcasted from the sender and it will travel throughout the network to reach to the receiver. As it does not support full duplex communication, it means whenever a sender sends a data to the client, there is whenever sender sends a data to the receiver, there is no acknowledgement from the receiver to the sender whether data is received or not received, or whether data is corrupted or whatever. There is no acknowledgement from receiver to the sender. User datagram protocol, that is UDP, is not a reliable protocol as sender sends the packet throughout the network and it travels or tries to reach to the receiver and there is no full duplex communication. It means the receiver is not acknowledging anything to the sender, and if the packet is lost throughout the network, there is no acknowledgement from receiver to the sender. So UDP is not reliable protocol as it does not guarantee the delivery of the data. UDP does not maintain flow or order of the data. It means if sender is sending a data in number of packets to the receiver, it will be traveling throughout the network. So data may reach to the receiver in different order as that of the original order. So there is no guarantee or no order or flow of the data is maintained. It means the original message will be different and the received message will be different. Now let's see how the UDP works, how the user datagram protocol works. Whenever sender tries to send a data to the receiver, obviously that data will be captured in a packet or formed the data into the packet, and that packet will be broadcasted from the sender. So that packet will be traveling throughout the network via different path. So if the machines connected to the sender or where the packet has been received, the machine will check whether that package is for that machine. If it is yes, then it will accept the packet, otherwise it will reject the packet. So this packet will travel throughout the network via all the path. If the receiver's address and the packet destination address matches, then only it will be accepted by the machine, and rest of the time the packet will be wandering in the network. Now whenever data is packed into the packet, if we are transmitting it using the UDP protocol, there is a format of that packet. That packet is known as a datagram, and this packet consists of the data in the byte array format, the destination IP address, means the receiver's IP address, and the port number of receiver's machine, that means the destination port number. This is the format of datagram. Now there is one more thing about the datagram. There is one thing attached with the datagram. We can set the counter, TTL counter, that is time to leave counter. The packet which are wandering or moving throughout the network should not remain for all the time in a network. If it is rejected or if it is moving on, and if it is accepted by receiver from any of the path, so rest of the packet has to be vanished, so that there should not be a network congestion. So we can set the time to leave counter in the UDP datagram packet. Now, whenever two systems or two machines want to communicate via UDP protocol or using UDP protocol, there has to be two things we should start with. First one is socket. It means we have to create a communication end at both the side, sender side and receiver side. That communication end is known as a socket. So in UDP, the socket is created by creating object of datagram socket class, and in bracket you can mention the port number. For example, on a sender machine, I am creating a socket by writing datagram socket ds is equal to new datagram socket and port number is 8. So sender machine will be transmitting data from port number 8, and at the receiver machine the data will be received by at port number 9. Same way, the port number 9 will be used from receiver machine to send the data, and at sender machine same port number 8 will be used for receiving the data. So by using datagram socket, we can create socket on machines in the UDP protocol. Now, as we learned, the sender and receiver has to create packets for transmission purpose or for receiving purpose. So that packet, as we know, that is known as a datagram. So datagram is created in UDP at both the end, sender end and receiver end. So whenever we want to create a packet for sending purpose, we should create object of datagram packet class with 4 parameters in it. Name of the byte array in which the data is in the byte format, the length of the byte array, the destination IP address, and the destination port number. These are the 4 parameters we should pass while creating a datagram for sending purpose. At the receiver end, if that machine or receiver system accepts the packet, then we have to receive the packet in one of the datagram again. So for receiving purpose, we are creating a datagram by creating object of datagram packet class, and here we need only 2 parameters, byte array name and length of the byte array. So for communication using UDP protocol, we need to have a communication end that is socket. We have to mention the port number, and next thing we have to create a datagram packet for both the end, sending purpose and receiving purpose. Now this is the application we are going to see and we are going to implement using UDP protocol. Suppose there is a problem definition like I have to read a number from user. I have to pack that number in a datagram packet. I have to send that packet to the receiver. Receiver has to accept that packet, calculate the square of a number, and show the output or return the output to the sender again. So this application we are going to implement using UDP protocol. So we have to read a number from the keyboard. We have to pack that n number in the datagram packet. The sender has to create a socket with the port number at his or her machine, and that datagram packet has to be broadcasted. in the network, and the network will try to pass the packet to the receiver via multiple path. The machines in a network will check its own address with the destination IP address mentioned in the datagram packet, and accordingly it will reject or accept the packet. If the receiver, if the respective receiver accepts the packet, then it has to read the number from the packet, calculate the square, and show the output on receiver end, or receiver can send the output back to the sender. This application we are going to implement using UDP protocol. Let's see how we can write the program. First of all, we will write the sender program. Now, for writing the sender program using UDP protocol, we are starting with import java.io.star. Second, all the networking related classes and methods are available under java.net package. I can write, we are starting with the class and I am giving the name UDP sender. As these are the application programs, so we are writing main method public static void main string argument throws exception opening curly braces. The first step for the communication is create a socket. In UDP, on both the machines, sender and receiver, we are creating socket by creating object of datagram socket class, and in bracket we have to mention the port number. For example, I have taken the port number as 8 for sending purpose. Now next step, as the data have to be packed in a byte array, so I am declaring one byte array of 500 size. Next step, we have to read a number from the user. So on screen I am displaying a message by writing system.out.println enter the number, as we have to read the data from standard input device, that is keyboard. So we are creating object of data input stream class and mentioning the system.in as a parameter. We are reading by using in.readline. Everything will be read as a string. That input we have taken in str variable. Now the number which is entered by the user is stored in str variable, which is of string type. Now we have to pass this number in byte format and have to be packed into the datagram packet. So by using wrapper class method, we are converting this str value in byte format by using getBytes method. GetBytes method is a method of string class. So data will be converted into bytes, and that we are storing in our by array. Now we have to create a packet for sending purpose. Our data is ready. Our number is in byte format and that is stored in by array. So we have to create a packet for sending purpose. So datagram packet p is equal to new datagram packet. For sending purpose we need 4 parameter. Data array name. So our data is in by array. So we are writing by, comma, length. So how we can write the length of array? By just writing by dot length, comma, destination IP address. Now if I am performing this application on the same machine, it means my machine is sender as well as receiver. So I can write here inet address dot get localhost. It means the data will be transmitted to the same machine, comma, destination port number at port number 9. If you want to pass the data to another machine in a network, so here you can write inet address dot get by name, and in bracket you can give the computer name where you want to transmit the data. As of now I am performing the application on same machine, that's why I have written here get localhost. So it means your sender port number is 8 and your receiver port number is 9. Now packet is created. Now we have to broadcast the packet. So we have the method of datagram socket class, that is send. So that's why we are writing ds object dot send in bracket name of the packet ds dot send p. Now this packet will be broadcasted all over the network. This is the sender program. Now we are writing the receiver program. Same, import java.io.star java.net package, name of the program UDP receive, main function. As the data is transmitted to the receiver machine at port number 9 on same local machine. So again here I have to create a socket with the datagram socket class, and port number has to be 9 only. For receiving the data which is in the datagram packet, we have to create byte array. At the receiver machine, again we have to create a datagram packet for receiving purpose. So datagram packet p is equal to new datagram packet. Here we need only two parameters: the byte array name where data can be received and the length of the byte array. Now our socket is DS at port number 9. So we are receiving the packet which is accepted by the machine by writing ds.receive and the name of the packet where we can receive the data, p. So in p packet we have our data which is in byte format. So we have to convert that again into the string. So string str is equal to new string. We need data in string format. Which data? From p packet get the data which is obviously in array. So start from 0 and up to what? Up to packet length. So p dot get length. So data from the p packet will be taken out from 0 index position up to the length of the packet. So get data and get length are the methods of datagram packet class. Now the data is received which is again in str variable, but it is in string format. For calculating the square of a number, we have to convert this number into the, we have to convert this string into the number. That we can do by writing wrapper class. So integer dot parse int in bracket str, and the output will be taken out into the n variable. So we are just printing on the receiver machine that number is n. We have calculated here square and we are displaying the answer on the receiver end only, that square of the number is sq. And now the program is done. Now we have written both the programs, sender and receiver, just for the concept. Now here the receiver is acting as a server. So for execution of the program, the receiver has to be executed first. So for executing the receiver program, or for checking whether there are errors and in the receiver program, so we have to compile both the programs. So first of all we will be compiling our receiver program, javac udp receive dot java. Let's see, there are no errors. Now the server has to be in active state. It means the server should be in running phase for accepting the input. So we are running the receiver program. No output will be shown at this point. Now we have to start with the sender program. As I am performing on the local machine, so I need one more command prompt for the client, that is for sender. So here I will compile the program of sender, javac udp sender dot java. If there are no error, prompt will be displayed. Now we have to run the sender program. So I am executing the sender program, java udp sender. As per problem definition, we got the message on the screen, enter the number. So I am giving the input and pressing the enter. See, the output is received, the data or number which is sent by the sender machine is received by the receiver program. It is displayed on the receiver machine and square of a number is calculated and the output is displayed on the receiver machine itself. You can perform this program on two different machines. UDP sender program will be on one machine and the UDP receiver program has to be on another machine. So now here the output is displayed on the same receiver machine. What if I want the output should be displayed again to the sender? It means I want the square of a number should be written to the sender. So we can make a change in this program.